Hey, shits and giggles, it's me, Crazy Girl in Black. Sorry if you can't hear me right now, but I'm having respiratory problems at the moment. But yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys my witchy room, or aka my bedroom, since I'm still living with my parents. Alright, so that's my window. First, I'm gonna go over to my bed. This is my bed. I have an amazing Crayola bedspread. Yeah, and I got my bunny. I still sleep with the bunny because I love him. And this is my Ouija board blanket. And my LARP equipment. Yes, I LARP. LARP stands for Live Action Roleplay. It's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, but instead of sitting around a table, we do it for real. Right? So this is my bow, handcrafted, Elvish. I can speak a little Elvish and write a little Elvish. These arrows I made myself. This sword I made myself. It's Usna's sword from the Sword Art Online, but all the paint is coming off. And these boxes are my cosplay equipment, so my costumes and my wigs and all that. And I'm gonna move to one of my witchy drawers. So you open up the drawer, and in here you have my mortar and pestle. In this little container I have some herbs. So I got salts, eggshells, cloves, I got basil, and chives. I have here, I got some chamomile. I haven't exactly done anything with it yet, but I got some beeswax candles that were given to me by a special friend. I think it was her uncle who made me these little candle holders. They're frogs on lily pads. I got more candles. That's like a pack of 24 candles right there. I got empty jars, empty glass jars. This I use in my mortar and pestle to get all the, I brush out all the, crushed up herbs. I have a dragon. It lights up, but I'm not going to waste time in lighting that up. I have another dragon. My family's are really big on dragons. And I also have a fairy. Unfortunately, she didn't come with wings like she's supposed to, and she broke off her little ball, so I gotta glue her back on. And that stand she's on, it just lights up, and stuff like that. I got a Hear No Evil. It's that way, yeah, it's just a little skeleton with the Hear No Evil sign. I have a juice box. Now I use these juice boxes and I store them in my, in here, so I can use them for sabbats and esbats, since I'm not of legal age to drink. I have a fish head skull I found at the beach. I boiled that down, and I have the backbone of a fish. Here I have excess wax, a little thingy that you soak up water with, and then I use that to make incense. And I also have rocks and stuff, and this is my mustache rock. I drew on him. And that's just a whole bunch of rocks and junk. In here I have seashells, and in this one I have sand and ash. I did a video on this. This is where I keep my ashes until it's full, and then I go bury them. Not with the sand, of course, because I don't want to kill anything. This was my corsage from prom. My cat basically ate it. And I have spring water, of course. I got dried rose petals. Some of them are crushed because it's a terrible container. These candle holders were made by a very special friend, same friend who gave me the beeswax candles. I only use these during spell work because they're too big to fit on my altar with all my other stuff. And I want to be very careful with them because this friend is very important to me, and I really don't want to break these. She made them herself out of clay. Here's a box that I use to keep the incense combs that I make myself. I got a small little butterfly I found. I got a whole bunch of incense cones in here. So I'm just gonna close that up. This is just a thing that I keep, sticky tack. And paper, I use paper for spell work. This is my notepad that I use for my dream journal and what I should plan my Book of Shadows planning. And there's a little drawer in the bottom that I use to keep excess wax in. These here are my wisdom teeth. I kept them, and I don't know, I just think they're really cool, so I just kept them. This is my chalice. It's basically a plastic because I don't want to break it. I have a cat that breaks a whole lot of my glasses, so I don't want her. Oops! I don't want her in my room and breaking all my stuff. So yeah, that's my chalice. Here is my box full of even more candles. I got a little yellow rose in here. These are almost all my candles. You saw my other part of my candles, but I have more candles in my room. This is my oil burner. I use it a lot. Yeah, it's just my oil burner. This is the container I use to put ground up salt in during my rituals and spell work. I ground up the salt using mortar and pestle, then I put it in here, and I use whatever I ground up, so I don't have to worry about excess space. This is a puppet I made a couple years back. I was in a really sad part of my life, and I needed some comforting, so I made myself a little puppet for protection and happiness. He's really, really cute, and he's kind of crunchy because my cat got a hold of him and started nibbling on his head, so yeah. I got a spoon. I just got a random spoon. Yeah, I think that's it for the witchy drawer. Got balloons. These balloons are amazing. Oh no, it's Slenderman. I'm gonna move over to my side table for my altar. This is my Besom, aka Witch's broom. I made it myself. It's not very good as a physical broom, but it's basically the thought that counts. I have a little dream catcher on here. I got a shark tooth. I got some quartz. No, that's an amethyst. And I got a seashell. That's my handmade besom. I also got a little seagull feather. I have my Book of Shadows. Now, how I use my Book of Shadows in this situation, I just lean it up against the antler here, and I open it up, and I keep my Book of Shadows open like that, just so that way it would stay open during my spell work. I have a homemade pentacle. This is my lunar water. I need to fill it up soon, but yeah, that's the container I use it in. I have a small fairy, alright, and I use these charms. This is a Nordic rune for warrior, and this is a moonstone, and that's my totem animal. It's a fox. And this antler I found during one of my LARP sessions. There were two, but I only picked up one because another one of my friend wanted them. So I let him keep the other one, and I just had this one. And this is a picture of an owl feather I drew out of chalk pastel. And this is a picture of the moon goddess that I drew, and then I painted over it. I have a picture of a similar picture in my Book of Shadows. But this is like a colored version. And then I have this. I keep it near my besom because it's just really funny. It's a funny play on words. I got this at the dollar store last year for Halloween and stuff like that. Up here I have a little Japanese plate for peace. So, you know, peace is awesome. Now I'm gonna move over to the drawer. I'm gonna open that up. It's difficult with one hand. There we go. Okay. In this drawer I have an empty candle thing. I have more candles down here. I got a goose feather, I got a mirror. More candles that are currently in the works. I got cherry scented oil for my oil burner. This is my shell I use for smudging. It's currently being housed by little itty bitty acorns. And under that I got an oak, a bunch of oak trees. I got my little glass turtle named, I named him Tribble like 6 years back. I got a little bracelet. And this is the candle I use for lighting other candles. Like I would light this one so I don't burn myself on matches. And then I would light on my other candles. It's just so I can, you know, not burn myself. In this little bag, I have my pendulum. It's an onyx stone. That's my pendulum. Yeah. And I also have a seashell, hand cream, and a little polished amethyst. Let's close that. Try it. Stand up. No! Stand. Stand, I say. First drawer. I don't know if you can see that. First drawer. As you can see, I got my white sage. In the back, I have an empty glass bottle. Over here, I have my fairy capture bottle. Now, basically what a fairy capture bottle is, it's just a bunch of little dots painted on it with glow-in-the-dark paint. And you leave it out in the sun, and at night it looks like you got fairies in your jar. I have it filled with little origami paper stars. I like to make those a lot. So, here I have my bag of Nordic runes. I'm not going to bother taking them out because then it'll just go everywhere. I have my little homemade bag of witches runes. Made the witches runes myself. I have my, excuse me, my bag of witches tarot. It's the witches tarot deck by, I can't remember who, but I have the book for it. So I'll show you the book. And here I have my Wisdom of the Night oracle cards by some guy. I also have my steampunk tarot deck. Yeah, it's still in its box for storage. I have opened it and used it. I just keep it in there for storage and to keep it safe. I have here, you obviously see my sage. I have chamomile. I have ground white sage that I use for teas. Well, sometimes I use it for teas. It's a really good thing for sore throats. And I also have little sunflower seeds. I also have a tin whistle or a penny whistle, which I do use in ritual every so often. Here are my witchy books. I got Scott Cunningham's Wicca, a guide for solitary practitioner. I have Silver Ravenwolf's Solitary Witch, Ultimate Book of Shadows. Here I have Witches, Sirens, and Soothsayers by Susan Merritt. It's a really good read. I also have The Book of Runes by Ralph H. Blum. And the Witch's Tarot guidebook. Still doesn't have, by Ellen Duggan. That's who it is, Ellen Duggan. So you've seen my witchy books, and this is my little lantern I use when I'm burning a candle all night. You know, it's just to keep things safe. Now, onto my altar. Oh, before I forget, this side table I handmade in wood shop. So I made it. Took an entire semester, not an entire semester, about half a semester to make properly because I kept making mistakes. Now on to my actual altar. I have my god candle with the god symbol, and I got my goddess candle with the goddess symbol. And this is what my altar would normally look like, except for those flowers which are dying, and I used them for Mabon last night. I have my little bowl, it's got the goddess, and it's also got the god symbol on it. I didn't make it, I just painted it. It was a leftover bowl from an art class, and no one was claiming it, so I took it and I painted it black with the symbols. I use it for spells and stuff with lunar water. I got lunar water in there right now. I got my bell, and I got my seashell. I got my fire candle to represent fire, that's to represent earth. I got my little amethyst, purple amethyst, to represent earth. I got my feather, my hawk feather. It used to be beautiful until my cat got to it in the middle of the night, and as you can see, completely destroyed it. What a shame. And here I got my wand. It's just a cute little wand. Little acorn for a butt. And I got my incense burner. I got mirth in the incense right now. It's not burning at the moment because my mom's home and she doesn't like it when I burn incense. I got my Thani. Yeah, that's my Thani. And this is my goddess statue. I hand-made her. She used to have arms, but my cat knocked over and broke her into 3 pieces. She's currently glued together and I couldn't save the arms. Same thing with my god candle. I couldn't save the arms, but instead of 3 pieces, it was just 2. The head just popped off, and 1, 2, 3. The head popped off, the bottom popped off. I just put them together, but I couldn't save the arms. And I have a black rose for the god and a red rose for the goddess. They're fake roses, obviously. And this altar cloth, I hand painted it. It's just a piece of black cloth that I put paint on. And I have pictures in the background of my altar. There I got Gerald Gardner. There I have the horned god. There I got the goddess. This is also a picture of Artemis, and that's also a picture of Pan. I was going to use them for my matron and patron, but they aren't exactly working with me. They haven't been working with me very well, so I've been thinking about switching over to someone else. I have the basics of the Wiccan Reed. I got the Wheel of the Year, the God and Goddess, the Goddess with the Moon, Witch with a pentagram, God and Goddess again, and the Wheel of the Year in a pentagram. And underneath here I have this shell which I use to put my offerings to the gods on, and this plate I use for when I'm giving thanks. So I would put like cakes and bread and cheese and stuff on that, and that's what I would eat off of, and I'd eat only half of it and share the rest with the gods afterwards. Got my lighter, scissors. This is a training knife that my boyfriend lent me for LARP. It's not real, it's completely made of rubber. Swiss Army knife, that's what I use to go collect herbs. I have a rabbit back here that I painted, a little egg back there that I painted, a glass egg there. And this is my bowline, or my working knife, or white-handled knife. It's what I use to carve stuff into candles and all that stuff, whatever you use a bowline for. And then that's my basket that I use to collect the herbs in. Yeah, I think that's it. That's my witchy room and my bedroom. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a bunny rabbit. I made that in grade 8 out of chalk pastel. There's my Japanese lantern. Little meme, like a sir. Anyone who's in the creepypasta fandom knows who that is. That's Jeff the Killer. This is my room. Balloons, little pentagram in the window. My manga collection. Top and half of the bottom is all manga. My guitar. Yeah, this is my room. That's Slenderman stuff. Anime North Pass from last year. This is my guardian dragon. My aunt made him for me. So that's my guardian dragon. He's been up there on any of my door frames since I was born. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, guys, blessed be. Bye.